Hey everyone, I'm here doing a review on this ratchet ass, ugly ass mess. Sorry about the noise in the background. My mom's shampooing the carpet. But I had free time and I wanted to sit down and make this since the new episode comes on tonight, or depends on when this posts, tomorrow or yesterday, maybe. I don't know. So I want to talk about the last episode, which was episode 6, Rocking the Boat. This episode was really, really intense. It was really crazy, really emotional, and just a flat out mess. So we start off the episode, and Judy is in the phone room telling Sarah that Sarah has no idea. She hasn't seen Judy yet. She doesn't know the real Judy yet. She's going to bring out season 7 Judy, which is, I don't mind. You know, as long as she keeps the drinking down to a minimum. I don't mind season 7 Judy because season 7 Judy gave me life. So she starts making her voodoo noises like or whatever in the phone room. Sarah's worried about her mental health. Nobody thinks she can be saved. Everyone thinks she's just a lost cause at this point. She's losing her mind. So then Rocky goes and calls her girlfriend and has the most horrifying conversation I've ever heard in my life. I just want to be gay with you. I just want to be gay with you too, but my dad doesn't. I feel like it's a really, really interesting, like, story, like, to follow with Rocky. It's like losing her main dad who supported her and coming out to her biological dad who didn't necessarily support her. So I feel like that's really big and something interesting to follow. So that's cool. So then we go to the life coach, and Sarah is talking about how she feels like what all these girls are doing to her, like the bullying and stuff with the glitter and whatever, is really funny. And just because it's so much her. And Laura goes, well, I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's hurtful. And she tells Sarah, she goes, you know, Sarah, I feel like you blow things off and you try to make things a joke as opposed to facing it head on and like grabbing it by the horns and realizing that that is your issue and you need to take that down. So then she has all of the girls do this mirror exercise where they like split the mirror in half with like marker or lipstick. And on the top they write how people see them, and on the bottom write how they see themselves, which is a really cool exercise. I like the little ideas Laura has and the tactics she does. It's special. So Judy decides she's not going to go see the life coach, and instead she's going to call Stassi and like yell and scream and make all these crazy voices. So that was funny. So then Julie goes in, and Julie's talking about how she's not friends with Judy anymore, and she's having issues with Danny, and she feels like, you know, she's losing friends. And Laura asks her, do you feel sometimes disposable? Julie goes, yeah, sometimes. Which is honestly, it's kind of seeming like she should feel disposable, because, I mean, Judy kind of, I mean, even though I know more reasoning behind it now, Judy kind of left Julie for Danny, or for Natalie, and Danny kind of left her because of what Judy said, which I understand more about that too now. So it's like Julie probably does feel disposable. Like, these girls are my friends, but they're so quick to automatically believe that I said this and I said that. But Julie is a shit talker. So Laura asks her if there was anything traumatic or anything big in her life, and Julie says that she was adopted, but she has a great relationship with her adoptive parents, which as we see in her vines and stuff, she does. And Laura asked when she found out, Julie said, when I was 9, I had a relationship with my biological parents and thought they were my aunt and uncle. And Laura tells her that's big. Julie doesn't really understand why that's big, and Julie decides she doesn't want to open up and she wants to leave because she thinks Laura's a joke, because Laura thinks the reason she's having these issues is because she's adopted. But all in all, Laura wasn't saying, this is the thing, Julie needs to realize that Laura wasn't saying the issue was that Julie was adopted. What Laura was saying was it was the fact that everyone else knew that she was adopted but her. So to have everyone else know that information and you be the only one who doesn't and it pertains to you, like, that's gonna do some shit to you mentally. to know that everyone around you knows. It's like when you find out Santa isn't real. Like, it's like you believed this lie the whole time, and all the adults around you knew it wasn't true. You know, but it's like they continued to like hide the fact from you that he wasn't real for your benefit. So Julie goes outside and says she's not affected by it and whatever, but Julie's pissed off and she's crying. So Danny wants to go do friend duty, but Julie's not having it. Julie goes, Danny, I need to be by myself. And Danny's like, okay, fine, whatever. So Julie and Danny are on the rocks, which kind of sucks because they were really good friends before this. So then Camila goes in and Camila talks about how she hasn't been getting involved in people's drama and people's issues, and it feels really good because, you know, she said there's been times she wanted to pop off and do shit and go back to old Camila, but she's stopping herself because she wants to change. Genuinely, at this point, I feel like the only two people in the house who are changing are Camila and Danny. Like, Camila's doing a really good job. I can't even take that from her. So Danny's sitting in the kitchen, and she looks out the window and sees Julius talking to Rocky, and Julie's talking to Rocky about the life coach situation. Now, this pisses Danny off because Danny asked Julie, like, Danny and Julie were friends way before they came into the house. So Danny asked Julie, like, tell me what's wrong. And Julie's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk to you, whatever. But she's opening up to Rocky. So Danny comes out, and you can tell it's kind of an awkward exchange because it's one of those situations where you want to quit talking about the subject because you don't want that person to know, but you don't want that person to know you don't want them to know. So then Julie kind of starts to explain the situation to Danny, and Danny's reply honestly killed me because just you could tell like Danny's over Julie and pissed off. Danny just goes, yeah, me and Laura had a struggle in the beginning, but I got over it. And she literally sipped tea, and I'm just like, Danny. I'm loving Danny, I really am. Like, I could not stand the Victor twins, ever. But I'm really liking Danny. I'm actually really proud of her, and she's changing, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. So then, skip the rest of the life coach sessions, because they're irrelevant. These girls go out to the club, and something happens. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I know Danny got shit-faced. And it becomes, Danny is standing there, and sitting down is Rocky, Julie, and Jada. So, Rocky, I think, or Danny drops the bill or something. She drops the bill, and Rocky starts laughing, and Rocky said something. You're just so, and stops, and Danny goes, what'd you say? What'd you say? Finish your sentence. And she was getting pissed off because like Rocky started to say something that was kind of like, you know, like criticism, and then stopped. So here comes Jada Slytherin whack ass. What's wrong, Danny? Why are you making a big deal like you always do, Danny? And then, so at this point, Jada needs to stay the fuck out of everyone's business. Like, I'm sick of Jada getting into people's business. Like, she's trying to make herself relevant by getting herself involved in people's business, and it's like, you're not changing. You're not. So Danny's pissed off, and Danny's talking to Julie, like, why are you being so rude to me? I haven't done anything to you. And Julie's like, I'm not being rude to you. You're being rude to me. So they get into this dispute, and Danny gets on the party bus, and Julie's getting on the bus, and Danny just looks at Julie and goes, do you want to get off the bus and get on again with your best friends? So Julie goes, shh. Hush. Sorry, my dog. But then Julie goes, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So Julie goes home and decides she's going to leave. So Julie's like dragging her suitcase and whatever. And I feel like this is kind of point, like Julie's breaking point in the house. Like, she lost Judy, she's losing Danny. And it's like, I feel like, I don't know, like, so then Jada comes in her room and says, you're not leaving, like, I'm not going to let you leave because you need to be here and I need you here and my wants are the only thing that matters. So while Julie's, like, getting ready to leave and stuff, Sarah and Judy are twerking because she's leaving. And meanwhile, Rocky and Jada are trying to comfort her. So Sarah and Judy decide they're going to get garbage bags and help Julie pack her stuff. It's kind of funny because that's what Julie did on her season with Andrea. Like, that's literally what Julie did, was grab garbage bags and pack her shit up. So Rocky then all of a sudden jumps to Julie's defense. It's like, Julie's not going anywhere. She's staying. So then it escalates into some argument downstairs in the kitchen. And they're talking, Judy and Sarah are talking about how they're pissed off still because of the water got thrown on them because Rocky threw the water on them. Well, Judy wasn't that pissed because Judy's a feisty. So Rocky's like, then why didn't you say anything about it last night, bitch? And then Judy gets up on the counter. Judy's like, I feel like motherfucking Judy. And whatever. And Rocky goes, who are you? Rocky has some balls for saying that because you know damn well, Raquel Santiago, that before you were Miss BGC, Judy was like the main attraction of BGC. Judy really is the next Natalie Nunn in a sense because everyone knows who Judy is and Natalie. So while this whole ordeal's going on, Sarah is at the sink and starts throwing cups of water at Rocky. And Rocky gets pissed off. So Rocky walks around the island counter and pushes Sarah. And Sarah gets back up and does her own thing. And then here comes Jada. Jada's fucking like, oh, I'm not gonna, you wanna pop off? You were drunk and now you wanna pop off because you're drunk? And she walks up and she's like, you stupid bitch, and pushes her. Like, do you really have to get involved in everything? Like, really? Like, if you really want to outshine everyone, you just need to go put that gold paint back on from that Playboy video. No tea, no shade. That would help you outshine perfectly. So then, Rocky is being a mess, and Sarah is being a mess, and Sarah starts, like, grabbing Rocky's shit, like her makeup, at the vanity table and just smashing it. Screaming, is this yours? Is this yours? So Rocky just loses it and walks up behind her and snatches her by the hair and pulls her down. And it's like, what kills me is if you listen closely, it's like as Sarah's getting pulled down, she's still saying, is this yours? Is this yours? It's like she was snatched so hard that, like, hold on, Bubba. She was snatched so hard that her soul was still standing there, damaging her makeup. So then here comes Judy. Oh my God, Sarah! So then Rocky goes into their room and starts taking Sarah's calendars and ripping them up and throwing them in the air and saying, your dreams, after, like, Sarah tried to grab someone's mattress and they said, wow, you're like the oldest one here at your age. Okay, I'm really sick and tired of people who are friends with Jada or Jada fans calling Sarah old. Let me say, because everyone hates on Sarah because she's almost 30 and she dresses like an early 20-year-old. Like, she wears, like, skimpy outfits and her ass is always out. You're welcome. Sarah's body is fucking perfect. Sarah's so good looking. What you guys should really be worried about is Jada is almost 30 and acting like a 3-year-old. Like, Jada is such a spoiled little brat. She's snotty. She runs around and instigates these little fights and drags shit out that was, like, hours ago. Like, Jada needs to get her grip. She really does. She needs to get her grip. And she needs to actually work on redeeming herself as opposed to trying to be the star. Like, look at what Camila's doing. I mean, next week Camila loses it, but from, what I hear, like, I don't blame her. I'd probably slap the shit out of Jada, too. So, Rocky's up on the bed, and Judy's yelling at security. Like, you idiots, you get off the bed, you fucking idiot, and whatever. And then she goes, that's favoritism. And it's like, ding, 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 that is favoritism. It really is. And it just goes to show, because you know damn well that fight would have gone differently if it was Rocky on the floor and Sarah on the bed. So then Sarah and Rocky get into it, and Rocky just rips a chunk out of Sarah's hair. And so at this point, Jada is in the room now, and Jada's making comments and stuff. And Jada goes, in the morning, we're fucking your shit up, or whatever. And Judy goes, good morning, bitch. And then Sarah makes this comment to Jada. I didn't catch in the episode. I saw it on a GIF on Tumblr. I think, yeah. But it was, after Judy said, good morning, hoes, or something, Jada was in the closet, and Sarah said, you 8 Mile motherfucker. Like, that is so funny. I cried, because it's like, Jada really does think she's the female Eminem. So anyway, this all happens, this all goes down. And Camila decides, she talked to life coach Laura, and when she talked to Laura, one of the things Laura recommended was that Camila, instead of staying completely out of it, stay out of it by not fighting, but, like, be generous to the girls. Like, take time to listen to them and help them when they have help. And Sarah needed help. So when Camila pulls her to the side and talks to her, and Sarah's crying about getting her hair ripped out and stuff, it's like, this was a moment we needed to see with Camila, because it showed that Camila really wasn't this huge ratchet-ass mess, and Camila really has changed. So Camila is talking to Sarah and saying, these girls are going to try to break you down, and they're going to try to make you break. You just got to stay strong and outstand it and whatever. And Sarah asks her, so who are you cool with in the house? Or who do you trust in this house? And Camila goes, my trust lies in Danny. That's the only bitch I trust. So Rocky's standing outside the door, and here's Rocky. Oh, Camila, that's how you really feel. So Rocky goes into bed, and she's talking to Julie, and she says, when people get into a fight and you're not involved in it, but you go talk to somebody, whose side are you on? The person you go and talk to. And it's like, this really sucks. This really does. I mean, come on. She's like trying, and you're right, coach. And it's like, she's doing exactly what was recommended to her. She's doing exactly what Laura told her to do. So it's like, we're really gonna make an issue about it, so then the next day, of course, we don't have to have a little conversation about it. And I was like, well, I heard you say, you are friends with anyone in the house except for Danny. And Camille's like, no, that's not what I said. I said, I'm cool with everyone, but I only trust Danny, which is, I don't blame her, because why would you trust anyone that's full of ratchet girls who just want showtime or airtime? So Camila says, I fuck with all of you, but the only one I trust is Danny, and I don't blame her for it. So then Camila pretty much said, no, because then Jada tells her, Jada goes, I feel like you say one thing to us, and then you go and talk to them, and say a different thing. And Camila goes, I say, how I feel. Like, I told Judy, Judy, you're crazy. And I told Sarah, I don't like the comment you made and whatever, but I stay in the same room as them, so at the end of the day, I'm going to hear what they say. And, I don't understand. Because I feel like this season in particular, there's a lot of boundary issues. It's like, you can't hang out with this person because you're friends with me, and whatever. And it's like preschool and elementary school type bullshit. So then Jada's in her confessional, and Jada's like, I don't know, I just don't feel like Camila's genuine, and I feel like she's really fake with me. Like, I'm really sick of Jada calling people fake, because at her reunion, she legitimately upfront admitted that she was fake. So, I mean, there's that. So then Jada and Rocky wake up in the morning and decide, well, hey, we're bored and we want more airtime, so let's go ruin Judy and Sarah's stuff. So they take dish soap and shit and start squirting it all over their clothes, and then they drive to the end of the driveway, and put Judy and Sarah's stuff in the garbage. So Jada's taking their clothes and bringing them home. And then Sarah and Camila look in the closet, and Camila's stuff, I'm pretty sure, is in their closet too. So it's like Camila's stuff was probably touched too. So Sarah comes in and sees the soap bottle, and all her stuff has their soap all over it. And Camila goes, I give y'all permission to pop off. Like, I give y'all permission to wreck shit. So Sarah goes and takes the bottle of soap, and Judy follows and takes fruit punch and starts throwing fruit punch all over their beds. And when Judy's walking out, Rocky comes in. And Judy's like, you want to ruin my shit and whatever. And Judy at this point, she's like, you woke up at 6:30 a.m. to ruin our shit. Like, clearly you guys are obsessed. So Rocky comes in the room while Judy's exiting, and Judy's like, you put stuff on, or you ruined our shit, you poured stuff on our shit. And so Rocky pushes her and goes, get out, quit starting shit. So then Judy leaves the room and finds out that these girls also took her makeup. And Judy just loses it. Judy's like, this shit doesn't just disappear. And Judy starts screaming and freaking out. This is where Judy snaps. Judy starts saying shit like, I hope all y'all die. If you died, I would dance on your grave and whatever. And when you come to Chicago, there'll be a Glock 40 waiting for you and whatever. And now, if you actually dig into BGCT, you know the real thing that Judy said was she told Rocky she was going to slit her throat. So, this whole thing's going on, and Rocky's like, oh wow, that's very mean. And like now, like, you know, Judy's like flipping out, she's losing it. And Rocky, Jada, and Julie start having a conversation about how Judy shouldn't be in the house because Judy's mentally unstable, and Rocky, and they take threats very seriously, like, oh, she shouldn't have said that, that went too far, that was bizarre, and whatever, and that was too much. This is my thing. Okay, this is my thing, is if you're walking through the woods and you see a wasp nest, or a bee's nest, or something, you know that a possible outcome is that those bees or those wasps are going to fly out and come and get you. It's inevitable. You see it. So why would you hit it with a stick? Or why would you push it? Why would you bother it? Why not just walk away? That is legitimately what they did with Judy. You see that Judy's not mentally stable. You see she's not mentally stable. She's having withdrawals from the alcohol. She's going through enough as it is, and this prank war is just so stressful and so irritating on her. She's losing it. Like, she's slowly mentally deteriorating. So when you attack her, and finally she snaps, and you act shocked about it, like, what did you think was going to happen? Rocky, you've only said on numerous occasions, Judy is so crazy. And Julie was friends with her. Like, you know that Judy is fragile. I even know that Judy's fragile, and Judy would snap. So Judy's saying that, like, really, and what even gets on my nerves even more is Rocky goes and talks to production and goes, yeah, I want her out of this house because she threatened me, and I believe her. I believe she'll do it because she's crazy. Have we not yet understood the fact Judy is actually completely harmless and one of the most loving, caring people that's ever been on that channel? Just making sure, because I'm pretty positive Judy couldn't hurt a fly. And another thing, I want to touch on this too, is Jada and Rocky constantly say that Judy and Sarah are playing the bully, or playing the victim to look a certain type of way. I saw this on Tumblr. I want to kind of add on to it. Someone said on Tumblr that Rocky and Jada claiming that Sarah and Judy are playing the victim is pure hypocrisy. And that's true, and let me explain why. Shamrock fans, let me explain why. Season 10, Rocky was bullied. When she was bullied and stood up for herself, she gained a lot of fans for it. She played victim. Jada, everyone in the house wanted her out. No one liked her. People fucked with her all the time. Jada made fan favorite as well. What I'm getting at is these two girls who claim that these other two girls are playing victim are successful in the BGC fan base because of the fact that they were victims. You get what I'm saying? So them coming into this house and being bullies, yeah, I said bullies, pertaining to Rocky, shoot me, and calling these girls victims, that's a joke to me. That's a real joke to me. And I find it funny how some fans of both Rocky and Jada are too blind and too, like, starstruck and, like, in love with Rocky and Jada to realize that Rocky is legitimately contradicting the same exact person she was on her season. So, production goes and has a talk with Judy and tells Judy she's going to a hotel. Okay, and Judy goes to the hotel, and Danny starts to talk to Sarah. Sarah's like, do you think Judy's going to go home? Danny's like, I think Judy's going to go home. You know, she made a really, really big threat on someone's life, you know. She's, you know, it got excessive. And Sarah was, you know, like, all right. And Danny makes it clear that if Judy does leave, that Sarah's not going to be by herself. This is why I love Danny. Danny isn't necessarily the biggest fan of Sarah ever, but because of the fact there's a possibility that Sarah's only friend in the house could leave, Danny can't bear to see Sarah by herself. That's why I fucked with Danny. I love Danny now. So Julie sees this, and Julie gets pissed off because she's like, really, like, you're gonna talk to this girl who we have beef with and you don't like, or whatever, like, I'm done with you, I'm over it. But it's like, here we go again with, oh, you can't talk to her, that's my friend. So there's that. So then, pretty much, the female producer comes and sits everyone down and tells them that Judy will be leaving. And this was actually really devastating to me because we all know I love Judith Jackson more than anything. But at the same time, it's like I'm pissed because I felt like they sent her home over a threat. I know they really sent her home because she was not in her right mind. She was going through issues. She needed actual help outside of it. So when the production lady, I think Lisa, comes and tells them Judy's going home, Julie says, well, I think she dug her own grave. Okay, I love Julie. But did she? Did she really? Because, I mean, she was put on a drinking restriction and was fine. Jada and Rocky kept bullying the shit out of her. She snapped. Like, why is everyone so damn surprised? You sit here and talk about how crazy she is and how mentally unstable she is and how she's an alcoholic. You take alcohol away from her and throw her in a stressful situation where bitches are bullying her, and you expect her to just be chill with it when you guys are hiding her makeup and all that? Like, that's what pisses me off, is it's like, it's redemption, but who's redeeming themselves? Danny and Camila are the only two who are redeeming themselves, which is surprising because their season was a hot-ass mess, and they were both a complete mess on their season. They grew a bond from their season, which is why I'm glad they're friends still. That's cool. And so then it's kind of sad because we see Sarah in the closet packing up Judy's stuff and she's crying. This actually kind of broke my heart because it's like Sarah had to pack Natalie up, and now Sarah has to pack Judy up. And Sarah did genuinely grow to care about Judy. And I feel like on top of the fact she's worried for Judy and loves Judy, she's also kind of terrified because she realizes that her only two friends in the house are now gone. So this could potentially be a season 11 redo all over again. This could potentially be season 11 happening again, and that probably terrifies her. I feel like Sarah, in all her friendships, sticks really close to her friends in the house because she feels safer with them, like she won't get jumped or won't get attacked or something like that, so that's really unfortunate. So then production goes and tells Judy that she's leaving, and Judy says she's fine, she's okay. She was just acting that way because she was standing up for Sarah. And the female producer who was talking to her, I feel like was kind of trying so hard to like not hurt her and not upset her. And I mean, this is the first time I've actually felt like this female producer had emotion. Because like it's like every time I see her, she's like breaking up fights and yelling and shit. It was really, really good to actually see her like, I know you're not crazy. I know you're not. And Judy goes, I'm not crazy, I swear. And then the producer goes, I know you're not. I know you're not, honey. And then Judy just starts bawling her eyes out. And that broke my heart. Poor Judy. Just poor Judy. I feel so bad for that girl. So then she leaves and says Sarah was like a big sister to her. And she hopes she can love herself like she loves everyone else. That was a good accent. So next week we get they go to Hawaii and Camila versus Jada, and I can't stand Jada. I'm done with Rocky. Julie, I'm still alright with. I'm still alright with Julie. Even if I hate her on this show, I love Julie Ovcharsky to pieces because on Twitter and on Vine and on everything, she's completely fucking amazing. So yeah, Camila, I'm really impressed with her change. I'm really loving her. Danny's doing an amazing job at changing. I'm proud of her. Sarah, I'm really glad to see that Sarah's actually breaking a wall down and showing us part of her that she hasn't showed before. Who else? Judy. I'm really glad to see Judy going on the drinking restriction and getting to see like a sober Judy that was still entertaining and still funny, and I really hope Judy's okay in life. I love Judy to pieces, and that's some honest shit. I don't know her personally. Don't know if I ever will. Next time she's coming to Michigan, I will meet her. Believe you me, and just hug her and cry. But I feel like Judy is trying so hard to change and grow, and I'm so proud of her either way. Natalie, I don't necessarily hate Natalie because I'm starting to understand that Natalie is literally doing stuff to make a good show, and she's doing an amazing job. So I can't hate Natalie. I don't hate Natalie from Redemption on. I hate her like from All Star Battle and prior. Okay, she's fine. I'm fine with her now. And then Red. I feel like Red's really confused because in the confessional she had, like her intro confessional or whatever, she said she wanted to work on herself and not being a bully. But then when she went into Laura, she said that she wanted to work on being faithful. So I'm not sure if Red even knows what she was striving for, but it doesn't matter because she left. So thanks for watching this long-ass review on this ratchet bullshit. I will probably do one next week because it's Jada versus Camila, and Jada needs to get the Nicole and the Angela knocked out of her. So thanks for watching.